Shalom, Yahweh Bashim Al Shabrakatah, Yahweh Shemar Al Thum Bashim Al Shah. This preaching officer of 500 Mathumya out of I.S.U.P.K. started 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander during YAHANNA. We've been teaching the truth about the Bible since 1969. The truth being that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's chosen people. You understand? We've been doing this since the 60s. We're going to keep pushing it forward, till our King returns, all right? So we got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments of the Bible, all right? In these times we in a dire time, as a nation. You understand? We are, in everything that the Most High does not want us in, we are taking part in all the things the Most High hates. You understand? He hates the holidays of our oppressors. He hates, the practices and the culture of our slave masters. But yet we follow into the lifestyle of these oppressors, man. We follow into their ways. We fall into their traps. One thing, the slave master, the heathen in general, all the heathen, they know that, if we, turn our backs against the Lord, man, they can do whatever they want to us. They got it's free game against us, man, as long as we turn our back against the Lord. And right now it's dangerous for us, man, because that's what we doing right now. You understand? Real soon, Thanksgiving is coming up, right? And we are all about to celebrate Thanksgiving. You understand? Blacks, Latinos, we're all about to celebrate Thanksgiving, and even some, tomahawks out there. You understand? Uncle Tomahawks out there celebrating Thanksgiving. You understand? When Thanksgiving was the murder of the Gadites, the chosen people of God. You understand? The Native American Indians. How are we going to celebrate? Or that's like us celebrating the transatlantic slave trade. You understand? And making a day out of it and having a meatloaf on every day of the year that the transatlantic slave trade started off on. You understand? We can't do these things, man. The Lord is not with it. And I'm going to show you a precept right now. Understand? That go with it. All right, so y'all can meet me if y'all watching Ecclesiasticus chapter 33, verse 7. All right, I'm sorry, verse 7. This is a precept that was brought out yesterday during class. It was a heavy precept, and I want to read it right now for people that's listening. All right. Why doth one day excel another? Why does one day excel another? That goes for any of these holidays, man. Why does one day have to be above another? The Lord gonna say some more. When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun, by the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Verse 9. Some of them hath he made high days and hollowed them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. Some days he made special. Some days he made hallowed, which means what? Holy. Separate. But some days he made ordinary. And that is what we about to celebrate now. Thanksgiving is just a regular day. That's how we should live on Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? We should live like it's a regular day. Why? The Bible, is telling us right here. It's not, you can't find Thanksgiving anywhere in the Bible. You can't find Thanksgiving nowhere in there. You understand? Where you gonna find Thanksgiving at? And the person that would show me where we can go ahead and eat turkey and all this and the commemorating Thanksgiving and all that in the Bible, I got some money for you. You understand? Because the Lord never told us to do these things, man. He never told us to do these things. In fact, he hates all of these days, and that's in the scriptures as well. Understand what it say right here? It said, some of them have he made high days and hollow them, and some of them have he made ordinary days. He made all these days that we think is special and all that. We just got finished with Halloween, right? And brothers got hurt. Brothers got harmed out there. And all in the name of Halloween. Some, some brothers, and sisters, going out to some Halloween party and everything, and people got hurt. People got, some, it was very tragic, and and it's hurtful. But how much of that has to happen before before we come to our senses and say, man, what it seemed like every time on these days, man, it's like we dying every day, right? But on these days, especially, something is guaranteed to happen. Like Halloween, any of these days. Last year, Memorial's Day in Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia, they had that crazy shootout out there on that block that went viral last year, right? No, earlier this year. So like, what are we going to do? When are we going to realize maybe these days ain't for us, man? Maybe the Lord ain't with us celebrating all these holidays. You understand? Let me get you another precept about these holidays that's loved so much here in America, man. Get another one real quick. The book of Amos, chapter 5. Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I'm going to read real quick. All right, this book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days. Now the Lord is saying he hate and he despised our feast days. All right, what's our feast days? This is what we was finished talking about. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. All these days that we think is so special and of the Lord, the Most High hates them. You understand? And now that, for whoever's listening, now that you know that he hates these days, right? He hates these days. Will you continue to keep, celebrating? Will you continue to indulge in these holidays, that in the white man's holidays, in the oppressor's holidays? Would you continue to indulge in these days that the slave master gave us? You understand? Like a good slave, would you go ahead and eat all the ham, sliced ham and turkey with gravy and all that, just because the slave master said to do it on this day? You understand? Or are you going to, get some sense, get some wisdom, and understand, man, the I.S.U.P.K been telling you the truth for the longest, since 1969, saying that the white man's ways should be left for him and him alone. We shouldn't be going into, what he has in store for us, man. He put us through slavery, damn. And his children are over top of us today and benefiting off of us today, off our blood and our sweat and our tears today. You know what I'm saying? We run all their businesses, man. We run all their businesses. We in the McDonald's working. We in the Burger Kings working, Wendy's, all the fast food restaurants. We in their warehouses, their factories. We making America flow. We making the money come in. We running the whole country. You understand? But we can't understand if how much better will our communities be if we just left Halloween alone, left Thanksgiving alone, left all these holidays alone. Hell, the Democrats, the Democrats, they sold out and all that. They felt, they gave in, they caved in. And we, we could have had something good going on. We could have had a damn, an outbreak where, businesses was going to be going out of, we was going to hurt the white man's pockets. Just put it like that. We could have had something going, very good going on, but the Democrats was so weak and they caved in. You understand? Your leaders, our leaders, man, so-called black leaders out there, and we don't have any black leaders because we see what happens, right? We could have had Thanksgiving canceled this year. We could have had Christmas canceled. We could have had all these things canceled. The airports could have been clogged, could have been I want to say, for lack of better words, clogged up. You understand? With packed full of people, would have been a mess. You understand? We could have had all these things happen, and what would have, what that would have forced? That would have forced black people to, you know what I mean, really lean on one another. That would have forced Latinos and Black people to come together and figure something out. That would have forced us to, you know what I mean, really come together as a people and try to get something done. But instead, hey man, the Democrats, they sold out, and now we just, you know, gotta watch people go ahead and enjoy Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say that. But you know what I mean, you're gonna have to watch people go into these things, into these holidays, man. You know what I mean? And they don't do nothing for us, at all. You understand? You know what I mean? We need to do better. You know what I mean? We don't have any guidance, we don't have any structure. You know what I mean? The scriptures say that. Jeremiah 14:2. It tells us that we're Black, that the Jews are Black, that Black people are the Jews. And it also says that the gates thereof languished. The gates thereof language, what is that speaking about? Speaking about how our, you know what I mean, our protection is weak. You understand? We don't have any protection. We don't have any gates there to protect the nation. You understand? Because all our gates are, you know, or what it say? Gates thereof language. Our gates have language. We don't have any strong, you know what I mean, force to keep us safe. You know what I mean? We just, you know, out there open for the wolves to overtake us, man. Excuse me. We just out left in the open for the wolves to overtake us. You understand? Christ told Peter, man, you love me, feed my flock. You know what I mean? Feed my sheep. That's what he told his disciple to do. A follower of Christ was ordered by Christ to do that, right? But your Christian pastor, he doesn't do that. Your Christian pastor doesn't give a damn about feeding the people, feeding the poor Black people, poor Latinos. You understand? He doesn't care about that. Your fake Hebrew Israelites out there, your fake Israelite groups out there, they don't give a damn about feeding the people. They don't give a damn about making sure we good, we safe, we clothed and all that good stuff. You know what I mean? Like the I.S.U.P.K do. I.S.U.P.K, we make it our business to make sure our people are fed, our people are clothed. You know what I mean? We're taking care of our people. Why? Because that's not just because we, of course, we love to do it because that's in us. We love our people, but Christ gave us that order. Christ gave us the order to feed the flock, feed the sheep. But leave it to your fake Israelite group, your fake Israelites that y'all like watching, that people like watching. You understand that got a whole lot of proclivities about them. You understand? They say they don't want to feed the people. They don't want to feed the poor. They don't want to do any of these things because why? They don't care about you. They don't give a damn. They never did. You understand? They talk and they try to imitate and, you know what I mean, try to be like the real priests and prophets in the UPK, but they can't do it because the Lord is not with them and the Spirit is not on them brothers. The spirit they got on them, the demon they got on them is something horrific. You understand? It's something horrific and terrible. But how I know? Because I watch you. I see what you do. I see your works. I see all your works. Your works is the same as the Christian church. What y'all do, is y'all hide behind the scriptures, the Bible, and the precepts, but then don't follow a goddamn thing the Bible say for us to do. Don't follow any of the law, statutes, and commandments that the Most High told us to keep. You understand? So, you know what I mean? Those are wolves in sheep clothing. But here in the UPK, man, we're going to do this job. We're going to do this work, and we're going to get it right, man. You understand? So let me, you know what I mean, grab another precept for y'all, man. Grab another precept if I can. You know what I mean? Grab another precept. Because what these pastors, they doing in the church is something ridiculous. I don't know how many times I showed the people out there these nasty behind pastors that, you know, do all these crazy acts in a church and is looked at as he's just being a pastor. He just being, that's just him. That's just Kirk Franklin. That's just what Kirk Franklin do. You understand? Like he up there twerking and doing all this craziness. Your fake purple pigs out there up there twerking and all that and being acting like females up there. You know what I mean? That's what you guys doing, and that is not of the Lord. And y'all doing all these things. And y'all not the prophets of the Lord. The prophets of the Lord was sent out here to teach the people, and to wake our people up, the real prophets up from out the sleep they in. You know what I mean? From what they doing out here, you know what I mean? Out here in this world today, our people so destroyed. Our people so destroyed. You know what I mean? They go from getting high, try to take a little break from getting high for like what, 2-3 hours or whatever, and go to church and go to y'all, and then, you know, get the worst drug, the drug of Christianity on them. You understand? And then leave and get high right after that. You know what I'm saying? Leave to get high right after that. Leave to get to, you know what I mean, to sell drugs right afterwards, right after they leave out your church. You understand? You know what I mean? They get it right out there and start smoking weed and getting high and this and that. You know what I mean? Because what you do in the church, you don't teach the people what they need to be taught. You like to teach. You like to tell them what they want to hear. You like to tell them the things that's kind and smooth to their ears. You know, I got a couple precepts for y'all, man. You like to tell them the things they like to hear and what they going you know that they going to want to take in and digest. But you don't want to tell them to stop smoking weed. You don't want to tell them that. You don't want to tell them to stop selling drugs. You don't want to tell them to stop being sodomites. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You know what I mean? All you would like to do is to keep them dumb and keep them, you know what I mean, simple-minded. That's all you want to do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get this precept for y'all real quick. Y'all bear with me. Meet me at Isaiah 30. And I'm gonna get another one after this. Get one right after this. Is this it? Okay, let me read up. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 10. All right. Which say to the seers. The seers means, if anybody didn't know. If anybody didn't know, seers means prophets. All right. SEERS. It's plural for prophets. SEER. It's prophet. All right. That's another word for a prophet. All right. So I'm going to read on. It says, see not, and to the prophets prophesy not unto right things. Let me read it from the top. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets prophesy not unto us right things. Speak unto us smooth things. Prophesy deceits. That's what your pastor do all day long. You understand? And the people don't want to hear it, and you do that. You go ahead and just fall right into that. Tell them, man, nah, God loves you, even if you were a filthy whore. You know what I'm saying? Even if you an adulteress, you understand, or adulterer. You know what I mean? If you a whoremonger, whatever you is, you know what I'm saying? You a brother that, you know what I mean, you a nigga that like eating swine's flesh. You like to eat lobster, crab, mussels, and all that garbage. You understand? The pastor's gonna tell you, God loves you, brother. God loves you, and what you're gonna do is you're not gonna worry about what the Old Testament says, man, because you gotta go by what Christ said, and what Christ said is, and he's gonna tell you a lot about Christ, saying that he died for everybody. You understand? This is what the church is doing, and you don't know that the church is a worse drug than crack cocaine. It's a worse drug than meth. you know what I mean, and fentanyl. It's worse than that. You understand? Because this drug right here, that the Christian church, the black Christian church, you understand, what they like to do is, you know what I mean, they're gonna give you this drug, and this drug right here is gonna make you think that you are doing nothing wrong. It's gonna make you love your oppressor, your slave master, distinctively. So I don't like this color that's up here. Let me see. Bear with me. All right. All right, I'm gonna jump out and jump back in. So I don't like this color on the screen. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'll get right back to y'all. All right.